Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are safe. So today I am going to continue with my same lesson, that is ancient civilization of the world. And today I am going to explain you all about the Chinese civilization and the Great Wall of China. So almost we have seen that other two civilizations, that is the Egyptian and the Mesopotamian civilization, that established near the river banks. Egyptian, that is near the Nile River, and the Mesopotamian civilization, that is near the Euphrates and the Tigris. So those two civilizations flourished. So today about the Chinese civilization also, that also was established near the river plains only. But the Chinese civilization was on expectation to this. But the river which led to the establishment of the Chinese civilization was known as China's sorrow. Sorrow means what? Suffer, pain. So other two civilization, they flourished near the river. They have taken battles for the sake of those rivers. But here the Chinese civilization is called as known as China's sorrow. Why it is called as China's sorrow? Pain, suffer. So with this lesson we will continue. So the river name was Wombo River. What's the name of the river? That is Wombo River. The river changed due to the floods and all. The river is to change its course means what direction and all, in an unpredictable manner, and individuated houses means unnumbered houses and agricultural land would render all the canals useless. So because of the heavy rains and all, there used to be overflowed itself. And due to the overflows and all, the river used to change the course and all, directions and all. And sometimes what used to happen, due to the overflow and all, the water used to come into the houses. Then the houses used to be vanished, destroyed, and the agricultural fields also used to be vanished due to this river, overflow of the river. Due to the heavy rain, the river used to overflow. That water used to come inside the houses, and also there used to be destructions, and all the water used to come into the agricultural fields also. It's in there also they used to we can see the crops also will be spoiled due to this water, and the canals, that also they have constructed the canals also. That canals, the water won't come into the canals itself. So these canals are useless. When we build the canals and all, the river water they will build for the dam, from the dam to the canals. That canal water they will utilize for the agricultural purpose. But here the canals are useless. And this was the reason the people of that area refer to be as a symbol of the sorrow. River is there, but due to the overflow and all, they are in a suffer because of they are losing the houses and all, and they are losing the agricultural crops also, cultivated crops also they are losing. So it is called as a symbol of the sorrow. That is China's river, which is that river, that is Wombo River. And according to the archaeological evidences, the first ruling family of the Chinese was the Shang dynasty, which is a first ruling dynasty was of China civilization, is Shang dynasty. It ruled in the period between the 18th century BCE and the 12th century BC. So under the rule of this dynasty, the people had developed the wonderful culture by the 14th century BC. And the Shang dynasty was overpowered by the neighboring, that is Zhou dynasty. The Zhou dynasty continued the good tradition of the Shang dynasty, ruled till 250 BC. So in the Zhou dynasty, there was a section of officials below the kings. The kings allotted a portion of the land to the officials, and in return for that, the official supported the king during the battles. So here, according to the position, first positions go to the king, second position goes to the officials and all. So there is a give and take processes. So the king want army to when the time of battles. So the officials, what they will do, they'll support the king when the time of the battles and they'll fought the battles for the sake of the king. So when the king in return, what they will do, they'll give the portion of the land. So like this give and take processes in between the kings and the officials. And in the social stratification, the communities in the next level were the merchants. Do you know merchants? The merchants are called as they are the people who buy, they buy, they sell, they buy and sell the goods. Those are called as merchants. The next level of after the official, the merchants will come, and after the merchants, the craftsmen who do artistic work, handlooms, things and all. And apart from them, there is can find a majority of peasants. Peasants are called as farmers. And in the lowest social hierarchy were the slaves, and the prisoners were made slaves of the kings. And so here there is a hierarchy level. Is the first position kings, officials, merchants, craftsmen, peasants are called as farmers. The next one is slaves. So like this, and this is about the Chinese civilization. The first ruler of the Chinese civilization was Shang dynasty. First dynasty was Shang dynasty. They had a cordial relationship with the Zhou dynasty. And the next one that is the Great Wall of China. So the Chinese emperor consists of many small provinces. Consists of what? The Chinese king, he had many small provinces. Provinces means what? Areas and all. And 7 big states were created, and these small provinces under them. And every state that was created constructed a wall around. So each and every state, what is to protect themselves from the foreign invaders, foreign attackers. So what is to their area is the houses, and around their area what they used to construct the walls. That is great walls, and only to protect themselves from the invaders, that is foreign invaders, and for the sake of the protection. And the emperor, that is King Xiongti, ordered that the walls of the North China state be connected, and this enabled the northern walls and all to the invaders to attack. And from the north, the construction of the Great Wall began in the 7th century BCE and continued till 16th century. How long? From 7th century to 16th century, the construction was continued. And what they used to construct the wall, and with that wall, if any worn out means damaged part, they going on continuous day and night. They used to construct the wall. They used to be, and wherever there is a worn out means damaged walls, they used to do repair. So like that. They used to repair, and they used to make the walls strengthened like this. When the work was completed, it stretched to more than how many kilometers? It is 5,000 kilometers. It's in that Great Wall of China. How many kilometers it is? That is 5,000 kilometers. Why this Great Wall of China is constructed? Only to protect their states from the foreign attacks and foreign invasions. And it is one of the 7 wonders of the world. And the Hanging Garden in the Mesopotamian civilization, that was constructed by the Nebuchadnezzar II to make his wife happy, who was missing her motherland. So that is also Hanging Garden also is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Here the Great Wall of China, that is also considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. So this is about the Chinese civilization and the Great Wall of China. So in the Chinese civilization, what we are seeing, so that is the river, the Huanghe River. It is called as China's sorrow. Why it is called as China's sorrow? Because of the heavy rains and all, it used to overflow, and with the overflow and all, the houses and the agricultural land used to damage. And canals also, the canals which were built by the Chinese people, that also were useless. So it is called as China's sorrow. And 2 dynasties we are seeing, that is Shang dynasty, another one is in a Chow dynasty. So in the Chow dynasty we have seen the hierarchy level. The first position was given to the king, the second position to the officials, merchants, craftsmen, peasants. Peasants means what? Farmers. And the next level was in a slaves. So the kings, the officials, when they fought battles for the kings and all, the kings in return used to give them the gift. That gift will be in the form of land. So this is the thing. So in the next class again I am going to continue with my same topic, that is Chinese civilization. Students, thank you.